Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm going to try to find a place to angle my phone. The Mets are playing the Yankees right now, and while I'm doing this, why do I feel glitchy? While I am doing this live stream, I'm going to have the game on my phone, and I want it to be angled in a position I could see. There we go. Hi. Happy Sunday, everybody. I haven't been live in a couple weeks. I clean my glasses. They're a little bit dirty. Let's see if the audio is good. Yep, audio is good. Audio is good, brother. Yes, brother. The audio is good, brother. All right. Hi. How's it going? Wow. Why did I get off YouTube when I have to see when my last live stream was? Anyways, that's odd. That's a little bit weird. Shh. Quiet you. My last line was 2 weeks ago, and I meant to go live after that to tier rank the not Blumhouse, A24 movies, but I will be doing that now after the back rooms. But we're gonna rank the summer 2026 films by my anticipation. I did it for the fall movies of last year, and I did it for the movies in January through May, and now we're going to tier list rank the ones through May through August by anticipation. All right, it'll be fun. Tell me, go along with my tier list, and we will be taking questions along. I don't know why I said we. I will be taking questions along the way as well. So here's the tier list. Wowzers, I was real thirsty. All right. Excuse me. Here there are tiers. We got Need It Now, which are movies that I need now. Actually, I needed yesterday. Actually, let's just do Needed It Yesterday. And then we got Excited, Curious, Meh, Not Excited, and just the movies that I'm just strictly not going to be watching out of the summer. We got 36 movies here. It's a lot. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll do 10 at a time. And then we'll be taking questions, taking a real quick break. But with that said, let's go ahead and dive right in. I don't like the Toy Story 5 poster that I put here. I don't like that poster. I need God. Excuse me. Let's start with Toy Story 5. Now, just to be clear, I saw... let's start with Obsession, because it's a movie I've actually already seen. Now, I wanted to put the movies that I haven't already seen. I didn't want to put those on the tier list, which is why we don't have Hokum, we don't have Mortal Kombat 2, because I've already seen those movies. But I did put Obsession because I made this tier list before I saw it last night at 10:30 at night. So the movie didn't get over till noon. I didn't get home till 1:30 because I had to drop my brother's girlfriend off at her house. So it was a long night. But we saw Obsession last night, and I have an out-of-theater reaction if you want to know my thoughts right now. I'm sure by the time some of you, if you're watching this when it's not live, will be watching it, I'm pretty sure that I will already have a review out, considering as soon as I'm done filming this live, I'm going to be filming my review for it. But Obsession, before I watched it, it's a Needed It Yesterday. Just to be very clear, it met all those expectations. Obsession is one of the best horror movies I've seen ever. I'm going to throw it out and say it, and it only gets better with time. The more I think about the movie, it only gets better. So going in, I was obviously extremely excited. People have seen this movie once. People have seen this movie twice before it even came out. It did a lot of early screenings, and it generated a lot of hype, which seems to be working because the movie's making a lot of money right now. But going in, I've heard nothing but the greatest things about this movie, and all of those expectations were met, dude. Obsession is a movie that the longer I think about it, the longer I'm just oh, yeah, it's it. It is it. And if it's not my favorite movie of the summer, this will be one of the greatest summers ever. Now, obviously, we got movies like Disclosure Day, like The Odyssey in here. So obviously there are plenty of movies, but yeah, Obsession's going to be a top 3. It's not even going to be close. Obsession, by anticipation, it's a needed it yesterday, but I've already seen it, and when I rank the summer movies in a tier list, it's going to be at the top here in the S tier. So all right, now we can do Toy Story 5. I don't know why it just says Toy Story. I hate this poster. Excuse me. Like I said, I didn't get home till 2 and I had to be up by 8 for church. So I'm a little wee bit tired. I went on moviephone or whatever.com, and that's how I got my posters for it. So like some of these posters, Toy Story 5, Mandalorian, Moana, they're the boring version posters of it. So, all right, Toy Story 5. Now, the Toy Story franchise is extremely interesting because the trilogy is great. Like, it's a fantastic trilogy of films coming to a fantastic conclusion in Toy Story 3. Obviously, because it's Hollywood and more specifically Disney, people wanted more. Excuse me, I apologize. I don't mean to keep yawning. People wanted more. Disney, it's Disney, so obviously they wanted more. And Toy Story 4, I think, is good. I think Toy Story 4 is good. I don't think it's great, but it might actually be great. But I think it's good. And it had a very satisfying ending for Woody's character. So what are they going to do next? They're going to give us a 5th one, and they're going to bring Woody back. And I don't know how many more Toy Story movies we can do. When you have a very satisfying ending in Toy Story 3, then you get another satisfying ending in Toy Story 4. And now we're going back to 5. We're bringing Woody back, and he's going to have this relationship with Buzz, which, I mean, he always does, which is just such a great relationship between those two friends. So, I'm excited for that. I think the animation looks great. I think the plot of, she's addicted to screens and they got to, stop that. It's a very good plot. It's a very relevant plot for today. But you're bringing Woody back after his fantastic ending. What are you going to do that's going to make this franchise feel fresh instead of just it's another money cash grab? So, I'm excited for it, but because I don't exactly know what it's going to be and if it's going to live up to the hype of the rest of the franchise, because it is one of the greatest animated franchises of all time. I don't think it's going to hit those same marks that those other 4 films in the franchise did. So unfortunately, Toy Story 5 can't. It's a very suppressed excitement, which is what the curious tier is for. And then we got The Mandalorian and Grogu. This is this next week's big movie release. I'll be watching. Excuse me, and be giving a review on. As of my anticipation for it. The first season of Mandalorian is quite boring to me, if I'm being completely honest. I'm not a big fan of the first season. Season 2, the best Star Wars season of them all. Actually, I haven't seen Andor yet. I'm currently watching Andor, but I haven't seen it fully, so I can't talk about that yet. But and The Mandalorian season 3 was awful. It's a pretty terrible season of television. So now we're getting a movie with them, and I'm a little bit mixed on it because at one point I was hating on this movie, saying it's gonna suck, it doesn't look good, and then we got that trailer, the first official trailer. Can't lie, I actually quite like the trailer. One thing that gets me excited for it is that Jon Favreau, the director, obviously I like a lot of his movies, but also he said that over half of it is shot for IMAX. So I'm pretty sure when I see an IMAX, I'm going to have a really great time with it. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to walk out of the theater oh, yeah, that movie looked good. At the very least, I'm going to leave and say that looked good on an IMAX screen. Some shots in the trailers, seeing it in IMAX, are great, despite the trailer definitely being overplayed because I go to the movies all the time and see the trailer all the time. They played it in front of Obsession. Why would you play the Mandalorian trailer in front of Obsession? But like the trailer looks fun, looks good, but then the early reviews came out and there's not a lot of positive ones. A lot of them are like, it's Mandalorian goes to a place and he gets information, then he goes to a place again, which is, the plot of the show. Mandalorian goes to places, gets information, he leaves again. What made season 1 so boring for me was that it was just the Mandalorian going to a place, doing a little misadventure, and then leaving the place, and it just got really boring. So how long is this movie? Mando and Grogu runtime. It's 2 hours and 12 minutes. How much of that formula is going to work on the big screen? So I'm sure that the movie's going to look great visually. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fun action sequences in here, but I don't know if there's enough to do with the characters or like the overall plot of it to make it like great. So I'm putting it in curious because I'm very curious about it. I'm putting it behind Toy Story 5, but there's that. Then we got our first edition and not watching Moana. And I noticed like the first 3 right here are all Disney. Nope, not watching Moana. Do I even need to dive into it anymore? I'm going to. No, I already did a rant on the channel about it. And no. It's just so disgusting to me what Disney is doing with these live action remakes. Because, yeah, it's one thing to do a live action remake for Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast. Those are movies that came out in the 80s, 90s, some Disney movies in the 70s, even like as far back as the 60s or 50s, they have done remakes for them. But Moana came out 10 years ago. 10 years ago. We got a sequel to Moana 2 years ago. So we're doing a live action remake where The Rock is playing Moana again, and he's looking, he looks exactly like The Rock, and we got some terrible CGI, and the chicken looks really bad, and we're doing the exact same plot and the exact same songs. It's just a live action remake because money, 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 money. Give me money, 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 give me money. That's what it is. That's what it is, and it just I have a feeling in my gut, a deep, dark, rageful feeling when I talk about this movie. So I'm not trying to get too into it, but it pisses me off. It genuinely does that Moana, a movie that came out 10 years ago, is just getting a live action remake. And of course it's going to make $1 billion because it's Moana. So I'm not watching it. I'm not giving it my money. You're not going to see a review from me. I've already talked enough about the movie. Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money. What's that clip? Let me find it real quick. Oh, I need to go to YouTube for this. Let me show you guys this clip.
Hey, Meg. You know, sometimes I do part-time jobs for extra cash. Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.
Disney.
Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money. Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.
Disney. So true. So true. Sorry for going off on the sidetrack, but that's what I think about when I think about that movie is give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money. All right. What's next? The Odyssey. Yeah, we talk about something that I'm not watching. What about something that I'm watching almost instantly? Put it in needed it yesterday. Honestly, if I'm ranking these, I honestly would be more excited for Obsession over the Odyssey. So I'm keeping the Odyssey right here, but it's obviously needed it yesterday. Christopher Nolan movie. I really like Christopher Nolan. I'm finally going to get to watch through all of his films. Like especially the ones that I haven't seen, rewatch some that I've been needing to rewatch for quite some time, specifically Oppenheimer, which honestly, I didn't see Oppenheimer in the theaters. I watched it on a bad cam rip because it came out in, was that 23? I think it was 23. Oh shoot, I'm looking up Odyssey. Oppenheimer. Yeah, it's 23, which is 3 years ago, which I was 17. No, I think I was 16. Yeah, I was 16 when it came out. I didn't get my license right when I turned 16, so I couldn't drive, and I didn't have a lot of money. So I didn't get to watch it in theaters. I watched it on a camera, which, believe it or not, I've watched quite a few movies that I reviewed on my own channel on a camera, okay? But very excited to rewatch Oppenheimer. So that's part of the reason why I'm just extremely excited for it. No shot he just caught that. I'm sorry. We nearly just got the lead, and what a catch. Anyways, I'm watching the Mets and Yankees if you're just now tuning in, which I don't have any live viewers right now, which is unfortunate. But yeah, the Odyssey. I've seen the trailer in IMAX numerous times. I've levitated in IMAX watching the trailer numerous times. It looks insane. It looks awesome. I can't wait. Whether it's the 15 minutes, was it 15 minutes? Maybe 10 minutes that we saw the prologue of the movie that was like just great anyways, or whether it was just the overall, like every marketing for this movie where like you see it's directed by Chris Nolan. It's shot with all IMAX cameras, so it's an instant, yeah, I'm going to IMAX to see this movie. The score sounds great. The visuals look great. And plus, I'm just a real big fan of Greek mythology movies, so I'm very excited to see what Christopher Nolan does with that. But at the same time, like all the visuals, all the shots just look phenomenal. And it looks like that's what filmmaking is. That's what gets me excited about filmmaking. So just for all those reasons, I'm excited. Plus, like I've seen the Cyclops, it looks pretty sick. There's like this dumb dialogue that people are having, like, oh my gosh, their costumes aren't historically accurate. The costumes aren't historically accurate. Shut up, dude. No one cares. Because it looks like another great Christopher Nolan movie. So very excited. Putting in it yesterday. Can't wait to see it. When's it released? July 17th. So about 2 months. Plus the cast is stacked. Matt Damon, Zendaya, Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson, Anne Hathaway, John Bernthal, Benny Safdie, Mia Goth, Elliot Page. Like, it's a stacked cast, dude. It is a really stacked cast. Supergirl. I love the early marketing for this movie. Like, I loved it. It would be all the way up and needed it yesterday. But yeah, that latest trailer kind of brought it down a little bit. It's gonna go in excited, but that latest trailer, like, I love the fact that it's just Supergirl. Excuse me. I love the fact that it's just Supergirl, like, Crypto gets hurt. She wants to save Crypto. I love that fact. But the trailer itself, and even like what we've heard from like out of CinemaCon, the scene that they were shown, a lot of it's like, I don't know if it'll quite work for me, or I don't know if all of the pieces are going to be my style, right? And especially with that latest trailer being a lot more drama heavy, which, yes, I want drama in my movie, but it's also Supergirl. It's also a movie with Supergirl fighting a bunch of aliens and teaming up with Lobo, right? And like this latest trailer was just so dramatic, so heavy. It definitely took a little bit of that anticipation away from me. Like, oh, I don't quite know the style that we're going for, because at first teaser was like a James Gunn movie, which I'm glad that that it's most likely not going for the full James Gunn type of movie, because I want to see different filmmakers be in different, like, I want to see different filmmakers do their different styles inside of the same universe. But I'm not sure like the style that it's going for. I haven't really seen anything out of the recent marketing that made me be like, oh, Supergirl, I'm super excited for it. It's just, yeah, Supergirl's coming. The most thing I'm excited for is that it's in the DCU, and we're going to see more out of the DCU. And we might see Superman in here. We might get an idea of what the plot of Man of Tomorrow will be. or at least a little bit more of a plot. That's what I'm most excited for right now. Like, I'm sure I'm still gonna have a good time. I'm sure I'm just being over dramatic that I'm gonna walk in and be like, oh yeah, that was really fun. But that latest trailer dropped a lot of the anticipation for me. Then we got Coyote versus Acme, and I'm one that's like, really, is Coyote versus Acme? I'm like, I'm a warrior like that. I'm a keyboard warrior on Twitter about that. But honestly, I know I'm all like, yeah, release the movie. Yeah, people want to see it. And I've heard that it's like, I've heard that it's great. I've heard great things from people that have seen the test screenings. Looney Tunes movies aren't necessarily my type of thing. So I'm putting it in curious. I'm not putting it in meh. I'm going to put it at the bottom of curious, but like, it depends on what type of Looney Tunes humor it does. Like, there's one, the Looney Tunes Blew Up the Earth or something like that, where like it's just poop, fart, butt jokes, and like that's the like the lowest type of humor. So like Coyote and the Roadrunner, the funniest gag in all of Looney Tunes, I think. Is this a Looney Tunes movie? I think it is, right? Coyote versus Acme. Looney Tunes. Yeah, it's Looney Tunes. It's live action and animated, but like the Coyote and Roadrunner like gag is one of my favorites inside of obviously the Looney Tunes. But like I said, like the movies, what they've been doing with them recently, I'm a 20-year-old man, right? Like my type of movie is completely different from this, and I'm sure it'll be great for kids. And who knows? Maybe I'll go in, maybe I'll watch it, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that was great. And I'm going to see it in the theaters because I was a keyboard warrior, like release the movie. But I'm not necessarily sure if it's going to be my cup of tea. I don't even think we have a trailer for it yet. Do we? Do we have a trailer? Who knows? It could be great, right? It could be. Oh, we do have an official trailer. Let's watch a trailer. I love that. Miss Piggy. Now, I'm going to mute myself and not show the trailer because I know that I will get copyright. I don't want to do that. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it at curious, right? I'm gonna keep it at curious. All right. Why did they like that? That looks good. That actually looks really good. like I said, I didn't even know if there's a trailer out or anything. I just know like it's a movie that we're all like, release the movie, and then like it's something I didn't know if it'd be for me. That actually looks quite better than I was expecting. We got John Cena in there. Seems that there could be some emotional parts, and it looks like a lot of the humor's not the lowest potty humor. So like after watching the trailer, I'm like, you know what? I'm actually a little bit more curious for it. I can't believe that like I like would say I'm not excited for it, but I'm actually gonna put it at curious. That made me a lot more curious than I thought I would be. The Devil Wears Prada 2, unfortunately, goes and not excited. I just thought of a movie also while watching that. Okay. I thought Digger was a summer movie, and it's not. It's October, so because I didn't have it on the tier list. I'm putting The Devil Wears Prada 2 on not excited. It's already out. It's been out for a few weeks. Let me go on Twitter real quick. Because they just released how much money it made. It was 100 million, and it's making bank, baby. Devil Wears Prada 3 coming soon because it already made 540 million on a $100 million budget. That's like $340 million more than like $340 million of profit made. It made a lot. Okay. I've never seen the original. Do I want to? Not really. It doesn't seem like my cup of tea. Like fashion type of movie. I've heard a lot of people compare it to like Whiplash, like doing the worst things to try to become the best at this specific genre. So Whiplash for girls is a comparison that I've heard, but I like Whiplash for girls. Like that's not really my cup of tea. Not really. I don't really think it's my exact cup of tea. The Mets just gave up the lead, so that's great. Actually, no, we didn't. We just walked the bases loaded, which is even worse, kind of. So like I said, the first movie I've never seen. I'm not too curious for. Am I real excited for The Devil Wears Prada 2? No. I've actually heard The Devil Wears Prada 2 is actually better than the original. So I'm not putting it in not watching, because maybe one of these days I'll actually watch the movies at home and be like, dude, they're actually pretty good. But I wouldn't say I'm excited to do that. If I ever do it, it'll probably be with like a future girlfriend or future wife or something. But yeah, The Devil Wears Prada 2 is not really something that's like my cup of tea. So I'm not super excited for it because, again, I've never seen the original one and I'm not sure I really want to. Throw them out. Throw them out. I'll be safe by mom. And it's 3-1 Yankees. Okay. All right, that's unfortunate. It's weird that people keep popping in and leaving. Let me make sure I'm live and not glitchy. Okay, we're good. We are chilling, chat. All right, next up, Animal Farm, directed by Andy Serkis, I believe. Let me make sure that that's right. Animal Farm movie. Yeah. Who directed it? Yeah, directed by Andy Serkis. The premise is cows, horses, and sheep and other animals fight for equal rights when a group of pigs sees power of a farm. And it's got a 28% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's good. It's got Andy Serkis, Gaten Mazzarato, Seth Rogen, Aman Vellani, Jim Parsons. So it's got a very good voice cast. 28% on Rotten Tomatoes. Animated movie about pigs taking over like some dumb animated movie, and like from personal people that I trust, I've heard just awful things about it. It's not one that I'm ever going to waste time at home. It's not one that I'm ever just gonna go to the theater to watch anyway. So it's definitely not watching. Like the animation style doesn't look good to me. I saw a trailer for it and it just looked dumb. So it probably, even if it got positive reviews, it'd just probably be on a meh anyways. But it didn't get positive reviews. It's just as awful as it looks, apparently. So I'm not like, time is precious. We only got little time on Earth. It's going to not watching. Disclosure Day. It's going on the opposite end of the tier. I'm actually more excited for it than the Odyssey. I'm putting it above the Odyssey, and I actually might have been more excited for it than I was for Obsession. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, because it's going to be a really good time, but I'm interning at my church this summer, and that is the week that we all go to camp in Oklahoma for a week. So I won't be home until Saturday. The movie comes out on Thursday. I won't be able to watch it until Sunday because I won't get home till late on Saturday. So I'm going to be a little bit late to the party on this one. Doesn't change the fact that it's probably my most anticipated movie of the summer. It's new Spielberg, dude. It's new Spielberg. All of the marketing looks insane. Like, it's about aliens and this like showing the world that they exist, but you also have this evil corporation. There's this cool technology stuff. There's a UFO that looks great. There is aliens, as you see, like alien hands in one shot. It's got a stacked cast: Josh O'Connor, Emily Blunt. Who else is in this movie? Who's your day cast? Colin Firth, Wyatt Russell. Like, absolutely insane cast. Absolutely. Holy smokes. Brian Cage is in this movie? You mean Sabretooth? Sabretooth from the X-Men movies is in this movie. Is he in the X-Men movies? Because he looks a lot like Sabretooth. Am I tripping? No, that's Liv Schreiber. Okay, so I'm tripping. Anyways, StatCast. What makes me the most excited for this movie is the fact that Steven Spielberg has come out and said, hey, we haven't shown you anything from the third act in the marketing yet. So we have no idea really what this movie's about. It shows like all these insane things that kind of resemble a plot in the trailer, but we still don't quite know what it's about. There's so much being kept from us. It's a Steven Spielberg summer blockbuster written by David Koepp. This could be an all-timer. Let's see what Steven Spielberg has been up to recently, right? What have been like his recent movies? He did Ready Player One. The Fabelmans was quite good. I didn't like Ready Player One, if we're being honest. He didn't direct the new Indiana Jones, did he? Did he direct it? No, that was Mangold. James Mangold directed that one. Yeah, so like The Fabelmans, his latest movie that he directed, right? And that was a great movie. So he really hasn't missed a step, but we're getting a new, big, ginormous blockbuster directed by Steven Spielberg this year. And it looks phenomenal. My mom's calling. Let me answer it. I guess I got to call her back real quick. Yeah, but Disclosure Day goes at the top. I'm back. I am back. I have this feeling, right? Okay, so I am live. Just nobody's watching. Let me text my brother real quick. Dude, Obsession is one of those movies that like the more like I'll have a random thought come to my head and I'll be like, "Oh, Obsession. That was a great movie. That was a fantastic movie." Like just individual scenes from that movie stick in your head, dude. And the more you think about it, the more you're like, "Dude, that movie was genius. It was a written genius. The direction of the film was perfect. The performances were great. I loved it. I want to watch it again, if we're being honest. And I'm going to because my best friend really wants to see the movie and he couldn't go last night. So we got to watch it sometime. There we go. But, dude, it's a great movie. I'd be surprised, honestly, if anything that's not named Disclosure Day or The Odyssey beats it for my number one. The Sheep Detectives is next. This originally would go and not watching, like, yeah, it's a Hugh Jackman movie. Yeah, he gets killed in it, and sheeps have to figure it out. But does that really sound like my type of movie? No, it didn't. But the reviews have actually been like insanely positive. It doesn't have like a 90 on Rotten Tomatoes. Sheep Detectives. Yeah, it's got a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes with 164 reviews. I've heard nothing but phenomenal things from this movie. Like, people that I trust, that I watch, are like, dude, this movie is going to be on my biggest surprises list of the year. And I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds really interesting. And then, of course, my mother and brother saw it, and my mom said it's good, which is no surprise. But my brother's like, that movie was actually quite good. And I'm like, you know what? I'm curious. I'm definitely a bit curious on the Sheep Detectives. I'm not going to see it in theaters. I'll watch it when it comes home, though. I'll probably put it about right here. My cat's sitting right here. How, buddy? Hey, Steve. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. There's Steve. Look who it is. It's the old Stevie cat. Hello. Ah! You bit me, jerk. Steve, be nice. Good kitty. What's next? The Death of Robin Hood. Meh. Whoops. Nope. You get down there. Meh. I wouldn't put it not excited because, like, actually, now I'm thinking about it. I think it looks much better than, like, than I'm putting it out to be. I think it's directed by the same guy who did Pig, right? Yeah, it's the latest movie by Michael Sarnowski, who did Pig, A Quiet Place Day 1. Did he direct If? No, that was John Krasinski. So this is his third film. But I saw the trailer. It's like a revenge movie. Robin Hood gets hurt. A town takes him in. He befriends a little girl. The little girl gets killed or kidnapped or something, and he goes crazy. The action looks cool. It looks shot really well. But, like, the trailer showed a little bit too much out of it. Is it going to be exactly my type of movie? I don't really think so. I might check it out. Maybe like a Netflix movie to watch, like if it goes on Netflix or something. But, like, in theaters, Like, I don't know why. Like, all of the things that I'm seeing from it are like, yeah, that's cool. Cool action. Hugh Jackman's the star here. But, I don't know. Just the style of it, the way it looks, doesn't necessarily excite me. So I'm putting The Death of Robin Hood in the meh tier. Yeah, I'm going to keep it in the meh. It's going to be there. Hit Me Hard and Soft, the Billie Eilish movie, not watching. I just it's like James Cameron, they're debuting some new kind of filmmaking to make concerts, like, when you watch it on film, feel like you're actually at the concert, which is cool and all. I love Cameron. I love James Cameron, but nah. I'm not a fan of Billie Eilish. Not only her music, but like some of the things she says as a person, I'm just like, how can you be so dumb? Like not trying to be like spark a political conversation or anything, but just like something she says just reminds me of like a spoiled, entitled person. So I just don't like her as a person. I don't like her music. So I like in general, I just wouldn't watch it. So it's going to not watching. I love boosters. This is kind of like The Devil Wears Prada, but I think I'd boost it up a little bit. Boost it up a little bit to the May tier because like I saw the trailer and it's got a really stacked cast. Let's see who's in this cast. You got Keke Palmer, Lakeith Stanfield, Will Poulter, Demi Moore, Naomi Ackel, Don Cheadle, Eliza Gonzalez, Poppy Liu. So just a phenomenal cast to begin with. Like, right? It's a great cast. There's some things in that trailer that I'm like, yeah, that looks fun. Again, it doesn't look like the type of movie for me. Like your Robin fashion stores, you have like the guys acting real feminine in the movie. I don't know. Like it debuted at South by Southwest as like the opening night movie. And almost everybody that I know that have watched the movie was like, dude, I love Boosters. It's actually really cool, really fresh type of movie. So like maybe I'll probably check it out at home. Like I should probably rename the Mad tier to like check it out at home, right? Because it's probably not a movie I'd go spend a lot of money to go see in the theaters. But after all the positive reviews, what's it got on like Rotten Tomatoes right now, right? Probably high. Yeah, it's got a 92 off of 39 reviews. So not a whole lot of reviews, but still 92 is pretty good. But I love Boosters. It's the type of movie that like I'm talking about. And like all of the things point to it being like, oh yeah, this is going to be a good movie, but it just doesn't seem like one for me. You know, like the type of movie doesn't seem like the type of movie for me. So I'm putting it in Meh tier. It's not necessarily the type of movie that I'll gravitate towards. Kind of like The Death of Robin Hood. You know, like Death of Robin Hood's a period piece revenge movie, not necessarily my type of movie. And I Love Boosters is a feminine crime thriller, I think, is what it's being described as. So not really my type of movie. Minions and Monsters, I'm also going to put not excited, probably behind The Devil Wears Prada 2. I'm not putting it not watching because my mother, knowing her, she's probably going to be like, oh, let's all go to the movies and watch this movie. I will say some of the things that we've been shown, like as the marketing has actually been like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. Right? Like Charlie Chaplin's in the movie. They're paying homage to classic monster movies, but it's the Minions, right? And I really like this franchise. I liked the first movie. I love the first and second movie. Third movie, not so much. Fourth movie, it was okay, but I'm just not a fan of the Minions movies, right? Like it just doesn't, they just don't work for me. They're Minions making goofy noises and poop fart jokes, right? So I'll give you a second. Thank you. So it's just not the type of movie for me. So Minions and Monsters, I'm not excited. I'll probably end up watching it because my family will want to go, but I'm not excited for it at all. The Backrooms. I get it. Like, look at this poster. It's it's a white canvas. It's The Backrooms. I'm gonna put it in curious. I'm actually gonna put it at the top of the curious tier because I saw the trailer and I'm like, yeah, this is really interesting. I've seen, you know, the videos, the creepypastas, and it's like, yeah, that's all interesting as like a short film. But I am very nervous for Backrooms because it feels like it could be the type of movie that's, you know, honestly a little boring. Like, I feel like I could watch this movie and be like, oh, like it has the creepy moments. Like when it's a good movie, it is extremely creepy and it really works. But a lot of the movie, like from the trailers, I just have this feeling that quite a bit of the movie is just them going to be walking around seeing something that's like only just a little bit mildly creepy. And you're like, oh, and then like every now and then something creepy will happen. But the back rooms, like the creepy pasta in its nature, is you go into the back rooms, you'll walk around. I just got a random text message from my brother. You walk around, right? And then you see something creepy, and it's normally 5 to 10 minutes long. This is a feature length. I believe it's like an hour and 40 minutes, right? Oh, sweet. The Mets just scored. Go, go, go. It's 5-3. All right. Let's see how long the Backrooms movie is. It's an hour 45. So just an hour 45-minute movie that I don't exactly know what they're going to be able to do to make it worth it. I'm very curious. Like, I'm very nervous for it, but I'm also like, it's enough to go in the curious. I've been loving the fact that YouTubers have been directing horror movies. I just adore that fact. I mean, you look at Curry Barker, Jordan Peele, like comedians slash YouTubers. So they have the most creative minds out there. YouTubers are extremely creative, and like not a lot of people realize that. They're like, a lot of people, when people say, "Oh, you want to be a YouTuber," they're like, "Oh, man, get a real job." But like, think about it. YouTubers are actually some of the most creative people out there because we constantly got to find content to put out. Now, for certain YouTubers, for me, like I'm a film critic, it's not rocket science, right? I review the movie. Occasionally, I'll do like a fun video, like a ranking or something. But I got to be very curious for some specific rankings or how to make the videos interesting. So like, they're some of the most creative people on the planet. Look at Curry Barker with Obsession. It's awesome. It's a phenomenal movie that I loved, and like it's one that I cannot stop thinking about. But again, like Kane Parsons, who created the original Backrooms, is doing this movie. So clearly he has a lot of love for the source material, considering, you know, he created it. But again, very nervous for it, but there's also a lot of signs that it'll be good. So I'm putting it at the top of curious. I'm actually considering putting it in excited, but I'm going to stick it in the curious because, like I mentioned, I just have those nerves. Jake D, my brother. Hi. Shoot any comments, questions, or anything you might have, or such and such. Power Ballad. This is one of those movies that debuted at South by Southwest that I don't know much about. I know Rick meets Danny. They bond over jam sessions. I don't know. I don't really know about this one. I've heard pretty decent things out of South by Southwest. It's got Paul Rudd, Nick Jonas in this movie. So there's that. But the premise itself doesn't sound like something super exciting to me. And like I said, I've heard positive things about it. That doesn't necessarily mean that the movie itself or my experience with the movie will be the same. Because again, seeing movies at film festivals, you can only take those opinions with a grain of salt because, like, you go to film festivals, they're like the greatest way to watch movies. But I don't know. Power Ballad, the premise, the cast is good, but it's a movie that I'm putting in the meh tier. I'm going to put it behind I Love Boosters, too. Deep Water. This is a shark movie. Not excited. I saw the trailer for it, and it looks pretty bad. If I'm being for real. Looks pretty bad. Let's look up the cast of this movie because I know it's got a good cast. Whoops. I spelled that wrong. It's got Ben Kingsley, Aaron Eckhart in this movie. It's actually got a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it has a positive score on the old RT, but only out of 66 reviews. I saw the trailer once or twice or something like that, and I thought it looked terrible. Like, Ben Kingsley, I love Ben Kingsley, especially his performance as the Mandarin in the MCU, or Trevor, shall call him Trevor, especially after Wonder Man. But like the trailer looks pretty awful. Actually, I'm gonna push it down to not watching because I can't imagine a world where I'd be wasting my time with this movie because I think it looks like it just looks terrible. The performances look bad. The sharks look pretty bad. And it just doesn't seem like the type of movie that I will enjoy. I'm not a fan of bad shark movies. I just think they're bad. So I'm going to put it in not watching. Let's take a real brief break from the tier list because my brain is starting to run in circles a little bit. Let me stretch. If you got any questions, make sure to send them in the comments or the live chat. How we doing on this hot Sunday afternoon? I'm doing pretty good. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Things I have planned for the rest of the day. I'm going over to my mom and dad's for steak and food and such. And then I am watching Game 7 of the Pistons and Cavs. And then I got school and such, you know, all the boring stuff. But more importantly, I got to film the Obsession review too. I'll give it like another minute. Let my brain refresh. Why does the Punisher look really glossy in the background? Whoops. Excuse me, Jesus. I'm going to set you down. Oh, it's because he's got something on his... It's a little better. There we go. All right, we can dive back into the tier now. Whoops. Okay. All right, One Spoonful of Chocolate. This is a film directed by RZA or RZA or however you say it. Let me look it up. One Spoon of Chocolat. And it does not have good reviews, but I've never even heard of this movie before Sean Chandler, who is my all-time favorite film critic, said that it was actually quite good. In fact, he gave it like a 4 stars on Letterboxd. It's about an ex-convict, fights back when he becomes a target of a local gang and the police. Directed by RZA. Did he direct Nobody too? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, RZA the rapper. So I don't know. Like, it's another one of those movies that's like, I only put it on this tier list because like I've heard about it and like I don't know if like it's necessarily a movie I want to talk about. Like these movies deserve its own separate tier. I'm gonna put it in meh, just because I haven't heard anything about it besides one review. It does have Shameik Moore in it as like an intense action movie. That's like the one review I've heard that said it was good, but it's got a 39% on Rotten Tomatoes. So yeah, I'll put it in meh. Maybe I'll check it out at home, but it's definitely not a movie I'm going to spend money on. Go see it in the theater. This is an interesting one. The Furious. It is actually directed by, I think, the same person who did The Raid, right? Maybe not. I don't know. All I know is it's an action movie that it's a Kung Fu Japanese. Is it Japanese or Korean? It might be Korean. Chinese. It's a Chinese movie that the people who have seen it have called it, compared it to The Raid. I haven't seen The Raid. I want to see The Raid. It's been on my watch list for quite some time, but like I've heard nothing but great things about this movie. It currently has a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, only with 24 reviews. So there's that, but 24 out of 24 people that are verified that have seen it on Rotten Tomatoes gave it 100. More importantly, on Letterboxd, out of a lot of people, I can't see how many people have reviewed this movie, but out of a lot of people, it's got a 4.0 or a 3.9 for being specific. But like action movie, revenge movie that I've heard that it has a lot of fantastic things about. It's definitely something I'm very curious for. I wouldn't put it in excited because, like I said, Like, it's only the early reactions. Maybe like when it actually releases, people aren't going to like it as much as they do or as much as the hype is now. Plus, I haven't really heard a lot about it. It's just like that action movie that, oh, yeah, Furious. I've heard pretty decent things about it, or pretty great things about it, but not a lot of people have been talking about it, and that's because it's not out yet. Not a lot of people have seen it. But it's enough to go and curious. I think I'd be more excited for it, honestly, over all these, just because I really am a fan of action film. But I don't know. It's enough to go and curious. I'm curious for the Furious. That rhymes. Orange rhymes with door hinge. End of Oak Street. This is the Ewan McGregor. Who else is in this movie? Anne Hathaway. That's right. Ewan McGregor, Anne Hathaway, and they move to a new neighborhood. It's like that type of movie. They move to a new neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. But except their neighborhood gets transported back in time to the dinosaur age. And so it's like a new dinosaur movie, sci-fi adventure. That trailer I thought was good. Like, I was like, yeah, like it's a good trailer. It got me curious. I wish we saw like more of the dinosaur CGI or like more of the carnage in it, but just like as hey, this is a movie, good cast, dinosaurs. It's a movie I definitely, is it enough to put in the excited tier? I think I'm going to put it at the top of the curious tier, just because, like I said, that trailer was like, yeah, it got it on my radar, but I haven't really seen much out of the movie, and I don't really know if it'll be that good, right? I don't know, like, I don't know anything about it other than in a neighborhood, dinosaurs, right? So it's going in the curious, but it got it on my radar, and I'm very excited to see another trailer. I imagine if we see another trailer and it gets more of like the dinosaur action, I might even be able to put it on Needed It yesterday. But for now, it got it on my radar. I'm just curious. We got In the Gray. Is this the new Guy Ritchie movie? What is this? Oh, I know what that is. In the Gray, new Guy Ritchie, right? Yeah, new Guy Ritchie film. This one's got Henry Cavill, Eliza Gonzalez, Jake Gyllenhaal. So a really good cast. I'm not a big Guy Ritchie guy. I'm really not. I like some of his movies. His Aladdin movie, the Disney live action movie, is by far and away the best Disney live action movie out there. But I don't know. It's another one of those action movies. It's two spies. Great cast, obviously. Henry Cavill, Jake Gyllenhaal. But like, they go on an adventure. They're spy guys. Guy Ritchie flair. It's not necessarily my style of movies. Now, a lot of people like Guy Ritchie. A lot of people don't like Guy Ritchie. It's got a 44% on Rotten Tomatoes as of now. It comes out actually, it's already out, isn't it? I believe it's already out. Yeah, it released this weekend, and I haven't heard anything about it. And it's only got 36 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got a 44%. I haven't heard a single thing about this movie, if I'm being honest. It's a new Guy Ritchie movie. So it might be the movie I check out when it comes on Netflix, but I think it's enough to put on Not Excited, if I'm being honest. I honestly would rather watch it over The Devil Wears Prada 2, so it's going at the top of that tier, but I'm not excited. What is this? I'm trying to figure out what this is. Oh, I know what it is. It's the Ice Cream Man. Ice Cream Movie, as my brother calls it. Any comments, questions, or anything while I'm looking this up? Ice Cream Man. Oh, this one's actually directed by Eli Roth. Okay, that's something more interesting. So let's look up Eli Roth real quick. I thought this was like an Eli Roth Presents. No, it's an actual Eli Roth movie. Who he hasn't made a lot of movies that I love. He made Thanksgiving from a couple years ago. That was actually quite good, that I quite liked. But he did Borderlands, The House with a Clock in Its Walls, Knock Knock. Did he direct Knock Knock? He did. The one with Keanu Reeves and the girls. Weird movie. And then he did the Hostel movies. But Ice Cream Man, I've seen the trailer numerous times. Looks brutal, looks gnarly, and it actually looks like a lot of fun. I'm going to put it in Curious. I'll figure out where I'm going to put it in Curious here in a moment. Just an ice cream truck rolls into town, and then you got a bunch of kids committing heinous murders. As someone that just loves gruesome horror movies that just do like the most grotesque kills, because I'm twisted apparently, seems like something that'll be fun. It's going to be sick. It's going to be twisted. It's probably just going to be for a specific type of person. I wouldn't imagine that everybody would want to go watch this movie about, kids killing people. But if you like horror movies, grotesque movies, it looks like something that's going to be fun. Try to push the boundaries of grotesque movies. The story might be total crap, but at the very least, hopefully we get some cool kills. I'm going to put it in the Curious, probably right about here. I'm going to put Ice Cream Man right here. And it actually makes me a little bit more excited now that it's directed by Eli Roth and not just an Eli Roth Presents, because he did an Eli Roth Presents movie last year. It was pretty bad. I didn't watch it, but I've heard nothing good about it. Yeah, Eli Roth Presents Jimmy and Stiggs. Yeah, I've heard absolutely atrocious things about that movie. So, yeah. But if it's directed by Eli Roth, who, hasn't done a whole lot of good movies, but it could be a little bit curious. Then we got Remarkably Bright Creatures. And I don't know a single thing about this movie, but I could watch it right now. It's on Netflix. What's it about? Unlikely bonds formed during night shifts at an aquarium. It actually sounds quite good. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know anything about it. I just added it to it because I know it's on Netflix, and it's got Lewis Pullman and Alfred Molina in it. Lewis Pullman, a very good up-and-coming actor that I'm very excited to see what he does more in his career. But I would say the premise got me curious. I probably won't watch it for a good while, however, because right now I'm trying to get through Star Wars for a Star Wars ranking, and time is running really thin in my life right now. So, because I currently have 4 jobs, 3 technically, 2 technically, but like I'm always out of the house. Like I'm trying to balance so much stuff. So I have to pick and choose like the more specific things that I need to watch rather than what I want to watch. But Remarkably Bright Creatures, I will put on the mats here. I'll probably put it right there. I'll get to it eventually. I'll get to it one of these days. I also love that their letters have the exact same font and color of the Sheep Detectives. So that's something really interesting. Give me 1 second. I'm going to text my brother back. Okay. Insidious Out of the Further. I actually like the first 2 Insidious movies. Yeah, even the second one that gets a lot of hate for no reason. The first one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Insidious 2 has issues for sure, but I liked how it continued the story. Even Insidious 3, the one directed by Leigh Whannell, I actually thought was quite good. But Insidious 4, haven't seen. And then Insidious 5, The Red Door or whatever it was called, was just atrocious and my least favorite movie of the year. It came out. I saw the trailer. It has some things that I'm very interested about. I like that it's going back to the random person. Something crazy happens to the random people, and it's the ghost woman that is helping them through it, instead of in the first last Insidious movie where we go back to the original family and we just redo the first movie again. Excuse me. I might be a little bit curious for it. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the curious tier. Excuse me. Just because I'm not super excited for it in the slightest. But I will say that, like, who directed this one? That's going to tell a lot about my excitement. Jacob Chase. What did he do before? He did he did Come Play. This movie has like a really creepy image, doesn't it? I remember in 2020. Yeah, here it is. I remember in 2020, this image freaked me out so bad, and now it's just, oh, that looks kind of dumb. I don't even think I watched this movie. Did I watch this movie? I might have. That image creeped me out. I might have watched this movie. I'm trying to remember. Might have watched it with one of my old friends. I don't know. If I watched it, I completely forgot about the movie. But yeah, Larry Chase directed that movie. He's the guy who directed directing the new one, new Insidious. But I'm gonna put it in curious. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll suck. We'll see. Passengers. I'm gonna put it in meh. It's another movie in the gauntlet of horror films releasing the month of May. Let's look. Passenger 2026. I've heard some crazy things about it. It's a few weeks into their van life adventure. A young couple witness an accident that leaves the driver dead. Soon they're pursued by demons. But I don't know. Like, I was excited for Hokum. I was excited for Obsession. Clearly, I'm excited for Backrooms. Passenger, like, there's the one horror movie that's like, don't look too good. Don't look too good. Plus, like, it comes out next week when Mandalorian and Grogu come out. I'm kind of broke, so I only have enough money to go to one movie a week. So, like, I'll probably, if I check it out at home. It's enough to go in the May tier, though. I just don't have many thoughts going into this one. It's just, all right. Super Troopers 3. Wasn't the last Super Trooper movie horrible? Yeah, it's got 35% on Rotten Tomatoes. The first one actually has even lower, 37. Actually, it's got a 2% higher. These are like comedy cult classics. I've said numerous times on the channel that I'm not the biggest comedy guy. Super Troopers, I've seen the trailer. It doesn't seem like something for me, so I'm going to put it in not watching. I'm just probably not going to waste my time with it, honestly, because it just doesn't look like my type of movie. Plus, it's the third one in a franchise that, you know, is in general deemed not very good. So I'm putting it in not watching. Evil Dead Burn. I'm considering it. I'm putting it in the top tier. I love this franchise. I really love this franchise. And the last film, Evil Dead Rise, was my favorite out of the franchise. I can't remember his name. Evil Dead Burn. What? What? Why is this one of the images that pops up when... What? This is weird. Why is Baraka here? Oh, because it's CinemaCon. Okay. Bye-bye. I don't know why I just got rid of that, because I needed to look up the name of the director. It's directed by Sebastian Vanishek. who did the movie Infested, which I've heard pretty good things about. I mean, it's got a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, and he's helming this movie. Now, I did a trailer reaction where I was like, I'm just a tiny little bit nervous about it, because like, I wouldn't say nervous. I honestly wouldn't say nervous. I would say that like the Carnage Candy looks a lot of fun, and it pretty much gave me exactly what I wanted from as an Evil Dead fan. I just hope that the characters, the cast, are actually as likable. I didn't get like a super likable feeling out of them while watching that trailer, but like the more I watched the trailer, and I saw it yesterday in the theater watching Obsession. Whoa. Excuse me. I apologize. But like the Carnage Candy looks great. Like a dude gets knives stabbed through his back and a lady pulls out a car seat out of her head. Like that looks crazy. It looks like we're going to have some insane Carnage Candy stuff in this film. So like already I'm going to put it needed it yesterday because like I said, I had those concerns, but like watching the trailer, it just gave me everything you wanted. You know, like you go to an Evil Dead movie and you want the carnage, and the trailer showed me that it's going to have plenty of carnage, and so naturally I get excited for it. And I'm pretty sure it'll be great. So I'm gonna put it in needed it yesterday. Then we got Jack of First and Last, or First and Forever, or something like that. It's the latest film in this franchise. This is a Christian channel, so I'm not going to say the full name of the title. So I saw the trailer yesterday. It looks fun. Looks fun enough, but I'm going to put it in not excited. I haven't seen the rest of the franchise. The most thing I'm excited for is to scroll on Instagram Reels and watch some of the crazy things that happen in this movie through like a 60-minute Instagram or 60-second Instagram reel. But like these type of movies, again, I don't know if I'd go to the theaters if I'd be fully entertained or just kind of wish I watched something with a little more substance. But it's the type of movie that maybe like I'll put it on when I have friends over. We could laugh at the dumb things that they do in the movie. It'll have a little bit more emotions because it's the final one, and fans of this franchise are going to feel a little bit more emotions towards it. But I don't know. Like, it's just not my type of movie. These type of movies aren't necessarily my type. So it's going to go not excited. Stretch, sorry. One Night Only. This is the movie where you could only have shaboinky time one night out of the year if you're not married. But when you're married, you can do it whenever. That's how it's supposed to be, ladies and gentlemen. Except the one night of the year thing. This, like, I don't know. I'm not really the biggest rom-com fan. I shall not lie. I saw the trailer. I got a good chuckle out of it. I got a good chuckle at quite a few of the scenes. And it looks like it could be a sweet, somewhat emotional rom-com film that actually has some substance to it, that can actually be quite funny while also having those emotions. But again, it's a rom-com film, and like I mentioned, that type of excuse me. Like I mentioned, rom-coms aren't necessarily, again, my type of things. But like I said, it looks like it could have some heart to it, have some emotions, and it actually looks like it can be genuinely funny at times. So I'm a little bit, I'm going to put it in the meh tier. I'm not going to go up to the curious part. I'm going to put it in the meh, and I'm actually going to put it probably right here. Yeah, I'll keep One Night Only right here. All right, before we go through our final four, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to take one quick break. You're terrible. You're terrible. I need to take a real quick break. Stand up for a second. Yeah, I'm wearing checkered pajamas. Get over it, chat. Been live streaming for like an hour and a half. I had to stretch my legs there for a second. All right. Let us sit back down and let us lock back in for the final 4 movies. The Rivals of Amzai King. Without a doubt, this is going in Needed It Yesterday, and it's going right here. It's going in front of Evil Dead Burn. It is a movie that I think 2 years ago now, it debuted at South by Southwest, and whoops, almost kicked me out of the stream. Everybody that saw it at South by Southwest that year, like everybody I know said it's been their favorite movie from that festival. So that's 3-4 individual people that I follow and watch all their videos that have said it's their favorite from the festival. The Real Hayden, who I've had on this channel several times, says it is one of the best movies that he has seen this decade, maybe of all time. The trailer came out. Rivals of Amzai King. The trailer came out, right? And I haven't watched the trailer, and don't plan on it because I don't really want to know much about it. It's got Matthew McConaughey in the movie, Kurt Russell, Angela Looking-Glass is in this movie. I don't know much about the story. I just know it takes numerous directions from the people that I've heard of. I've heard that you never quite know exactly where it's going, and it just gets insane. Those are the type of movies I love. The type of movies where you don't quite know the full plot. You don't quite know what's actually going on. And it's like one of those movies that, like Obsession, like when it debuted at the film festivals, everybody said it was their favorite. Everybody said it was awesome. Same thing with The Rivals of Amzai King. So naturally, The Rivals of Amzai King is something I'm very excited for. So somebody just sent me a message. Who is that? Who is that? This is my friend Noah. Yeah, so very excited for Rivals of Amzai King. Hey, we're ending this on a heater. We got another film in Needed It Yesterday. Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm actually think I'm going to move Evil Dead Burn down to Excited. Like I said, no, I'm going to keep it up in Needed It Yesterday. Like I said with Evil Dead Burn, like the trailer isn't necessarily great, but it gave me what I wanted for like the Carnage candy. I do have a few reservations, however, not super big reservations, but I'm going to keep it Needed It Yesterday. Spider-Man Brand New Day is also Needed It Yesterday. I recently put out a TikTok sharing my theories, and I actually got to put it out on my YouTube channel too because it was under 3 minutes, so it'll fit on YouTube Shorts. But my theories for what I think it's going to be. To spoil the short, I think that Venom's the main villain. I think that we're going to see Daredevil in this movie. And I think that it's going to be basically Spider-Man living Spider-Man life with Venom attached to him. And then eventually Venom will go to Hulk, turning Hulk into Rageful Hulk. It's a movie that nobody really knows the full premise of. Even, whoa, I just refreshed that. Please don't delete. Okay, we're good. Nobody knows the full premise of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Even like throughout the trailer, we're like, oh, Spider-Man's going through some changes and he's sad. That's the premise that we know, right? That's what we know from this movie. We don't know really who the villain is. We don't know what the overall plot or theme of the movie is, besides loneliness, obviously. So it's like the biggest surprise, and it's been so fun to be like, what's this movie actually about? Who's the secret villain? What's actually going on? Plus, it's Spider-Man. It's directed by Daniel Destin Creighton, I believe is his name. Yes, Destin Daniel Creighton. It's directed by Destin Daniel Creighton, who did Shang-Chi. And so, like, I know we're going to have some really good action in here. I know we're going to have some awesome stuff in this movie. And it's Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. So, Summer of the Spider-Man, Needed It Yesterday. Come on now. It's my number 4 most anticipated movie of the summer. Scary Movie 6. Honestly, I'll put it at the bottom of Curious. I love watching like all the promo and seeing like, oh, that's from that movie, and oh, it's gagging on that movie. But like I mentioned when The Naked Gun came out, when I'm watching parody movies like this, it's extremely easy for me to watch the movie and be like, I kind of wish I was watching the real thing. kind of wish I was watching Longlegs, or I kind of wish I was watching Sinners, or I kind of wish I was watching Scream, because I'm just not the biggest comedy guy. They can be very entertaining for a while, but once you get to like the plot of things, they can be very repetitive and boring, in my opinion. It is enough to go in curious. Like, I am going to go watch this movie. I'm going to go have a good time with it. It actually comes out the same weekend as this last movie here, but I don't know. I'll probably have a good time there for a bit, but I'm not super excited to go watch it. Again, it might be a movie to like have more fun with watching it with your friends at home, or seeing it in a theater with your friends to where you can genuinely laugh. And then to wrap it up, all 36 movies that I've talked about today, the Masters of the Universe. It's enough to go in the curious tier, right? I'm a little curious for it. I'm actually going to put it quite a bit up here. I thought the trailer looks goofy, looks campy. That's exactly what Masters of the Universe needs to be. Goofy, campy. We have some really good CGI in this movie. Skeletor actually looks really good. Looks like we have some really cool sword fights. The story itself, that what we've seen in the trailer, I'm not super excited for. Like, you got him. He got banished to this planet. He finds the sword a random place. But it looks like it could be like the summer movie that you go watch. It's goofy. It's campy. You have a good time. Plus, I really like the CGI. And it looks like we could have some cool action sequences. So I'm sure that Master of the Universe is going to be a good time, right? I'm sure that I'm going to leave the movie. Be like, yeah, that was a fun time. So I don't know if it's going to be great, or I could potentially leave the movie like, oh, that was actually pretty terrible. It's either going to be terrible or just a good time. Or it's going to be like Dungeons and Dragons from a few years ago where it was just phenomenal. All right. That was the excitement for the summer movie season. Here's everything. The movies I'm not watching are Moana, Animal Farm, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Deep Water, Super Troopers. The 4 movies I'm not excited for are the Jack movie, Minions and Monsters, Devil Wears Prada 2, and In the Gray. The movies that I'm I'll probably watch at home are Passenger, One Spoon of Chocolate, Power Ballad, One Night Only, I Love Boosters, The Death of Robin Hood, and Remarkably Bright Creatures. I'm very curious for Scary Movie 6, Insidious, Coyote versus Acme, The Sheep Detectives, Ice Cream Man, Mando and Grogu, Toy Story 5, The Furious, Master of the Universe, Backrooms, The End of Oak Street. I actually only have one in here that I'm excited for, which is pretty crazy. That's Supergirl. Should probably move more up to excited, but curious is a standout. And then Needed It Yesterday, Evil Dead Burn, Rivals of Vampire Kings, Spider-Man Brand New Day, The Odyssey, Obsession, which I've already seen and it's already awesome, and then Disclosure Day. Jake says Scary Movie 6 is going to be good. Bet you're excited for that one, aren't you? All right. Well, there we go. Now, when I put my reviews out, you can go back to this tier. I'm like, oh, he was looking forward to that movie. Or, oh, he wasn't very excited for it. But there we go. That was my movies by anticipation tier. I'm going to go film my Obsession review and get it out to you guys today. So thanks to everybody for watching the stream, whether you're in the past or whether you watched it live. Thank you, everybody. Have a great Sunday and have a fantastic week, everybody. See ya. I might go live this next week, but if not, I'll see you when I do the A24 stream. Bye.